Hi there, welcome to this short but very important video announcement. Tonight we have another breaking news live video premiere tonight at 9:15 p.m. UK time, same as usual. Make sure to be there, make sure not to miss it. We're back to back within the Dylan Rounds coverage and case, looking at the latest news, breaking news, trying to break it down and understand it at the same time. More focused than ever, more locked on than ever, more intense than ever, more consistent than ever, everything, okay? It's relatively under control, and I'd say the people around present have it somewhat under control too, okay? So yeah, 9:15 p.m. UK time tonight, breaking news on the Dylan Rounds case, and it does involve Justin Rounds once again. If you want to know more, make sure to be there tonight, okay? We don't even just stop there. There is more aside from Dylan Rounds, okay? So much later on tonight, it'll be after Dylan Rounds live premiere, okay? So whenever that ends, later on after that, in the same night, or maybe approaching the early hours of the next day, UK time, remember that, there will be a very interesting video. I have a surprise for the Kitty Cat crew, okay? And What You're Crazy is focused on too, okay? So you gotta make sure you're present back to back tonight, okay? Breaking news, but also some special surprises as well later on. You don't want to miss it, okay? So yeah, the weather is still warm, okay? It's still hot. It is kind of hard to concentrate, but you know, if there's breaking news, it's got to be covered regardless, and that's what's going to happen. Just to highlight once again, it does seem like most people have dropped off the Dylan Rounds case when it comes to coverage. There is the odd few people still actively searching when they can or so, but as for at least online coverage and keeping the case alive, not so busy, okay? Saw a few comments last night. We can mention them now so it doesn't infest the main video tonight. We'll just briefly talk about the odd comments. There was, in the eyes of some people, a bit of resistance last night. I heard some people saying that some of Jim Terry's hardliners, fans, supporters were in the chat last night. Maybe that was the case. Come across a few people that were very strongly opinionated and focused in support of Jim Terry, but at the same time, they eventually understood my reasoning ability, which is better than nothing, right? Will we see a continuation of that tonight? Maybe. I guess it just depends, okay? I guess if it's like back-to-back breaking news, those that were present yesterday might be present tonight. So, you know, it is what it is. But it was still fairly controlled, right? And people were asking the right questions and wondering what's going on, making sense of it. I noticed Miss T wasn't present last night. I guess she was busy, but I'm sure she'll catch up on some of the previous things. Most of the regulars present. Also, Linda as well in the background watching, which is understandable. You know, how long do you think this case goes on for? I don't know. But as I always say, there are always things around the corner. There's twists and turns, and there definitely is twists and turns once again. You know, it kind of ties in with my predictions. It kind of ties in with what I've been saying in the past. And we're coming round to that tonight, okay? Just these little hints, these little prompts. You want to learn more about it, be sure to check my live video premiere tonight at 9:15 p.m. UK time. And of course, the other surprise video at about, it could even be like 12 p.m. UK time. It could be 00:30 in the early hours of the next morning. Hopefully that makes sense. I understand that the time zone difference differs from different countries, states, whatever, but you know, it is what it is. It seems to work out for the most part of it, so that's fine. Was there any other comments that needed to be brought up? Not that I can think of at this moment. We can check the comments though of the previous video later on tonight. No harm in that. Catch up there, because it all links so well together. The flow is really present. I can sense it, I can see it, it's there. So that's what we're going to do. So I can briefly explain the structure of how things will go tonight, at least. So we'll be covering the breaking news, of course. Shortly before getting into that, I think at the start we'll look at the comments of the last video, right? No harm in looking. Go from there. Then the breaking news. And then I guess we can look at some photos of a particular individual. Not dodgy photos, normal photos of someone within the case. Kind of like maybe to majority of the general public never seen before photos of a particular someone from a different time, a different year compared to what we've previously seen. So yeah, we'll look at that. It's once again, it's kind of like hands-on with the material, hands-on with, you know, the stuff to analyze, which is always good, right? It's always good to have something in front of you to read out or to look at instead of just talking. I get that. Just randomly, the reason why when I have done those analysis of, you know, footage from interviews like East Idaho News, I've never really used footage from them. I've just like talked about it. It's just because of copyright, first of all, and you can watch the video yourself if you want to see it visually for itself. And as well, it's just a little bit messy. You know, you think of efficiency, you got to get these little clips out, these little quotes. It's not needed. You know, if you want it word for word, you can see it on the transcripts on the websites, which we obviously have looked at. Oh, speaking of which, websites, one thing I wanted to highlight to you, and it can be incorporated in another video, okay? Because it's like a couple to come. We might see the return of a certain forum. Some of you will know exactly what I'm talking about. Returning back to a certain forum, as there are a couple of additional new pages, people talking about the case, see what they're saying, right? And, you know, these forums, although they can take a bit of time to read, they're worthwhile. You can look back at it and you can look at it current day. And that's, you know, that's what we've done with time. Quite some time. We started from the beginning of the forum, which was outdated by then, but we catched all the way back up to present time. And now we're looking at present discussions. So I've done a full circle there. It was very useful, that forum, because it introduced the whole discussion and focus on the weather conditions out there on the 28th of May. And that's what that was the catalyst to the Montello locals reaching out more and being in consensus with one another, and us talking about it on this channel and making sense of it better than other places have done. A clearer focus. I think that was the catalyst and the turning point to where we are now, okay? So I guess we'll just keep that going. I can return back to that forum in future video. So yeah, I think that's it for now. Just be on the lookout for the videos tonight. I guess I can do like a post in the community section as well, if you look at it that way. Yeah, I'll see you there. As well, if you weren't aware, there is a new custom emoji available to use in the chat, in the comment section. It's like a dog, cat one related. It was like a custom one for Cut and Shoot for her presence recently. So I think there's like one more slot for a custom emoji. I guess we'll like work through that, try and make sense, because with people recently, whether it be the super chats or if it's the gifted memberships, it's worth highlighting their presence and their actions by doing the custom badges, of course. So I've got one more slot at this moment in time free to do. Just got to work out what the emoji should be, if it is focused on a particular individual to highlight them, or if it's like a collective one. I guess I'll look into that and just ask some of the members or look back at recent performances, okay? I mean, you know, watch of crazy. Just imagine if down the line you had a golden 24 karat nipple emoji or something. Wow. What would the value of it be? Well, not beyond, right? Can't even get the words out. Okay. Anyway, that aside, as I said, we've got the videos coming tonight. Leave it here for now, and we'll see what happens later. Okay?